WestGate, and today we're going to do problems. Callie hiked 2 2/3 miles on Monday and 3 3/4 miles on Tuesday. What was the total distance in miles that she walked over those 2 days? As you can see, this is a problem where we're adding two fractions, 2 2/3 plus 3 3/4. You want to use an ATC strategy here to complete this question. If you remember how to add fractions, you'd have to get common denominators. You'd have to turn these into improper fractions and then find common denominators, which is just too time consuming. So what we're going to do is convert all fractions into decimals. So you could just conveniently use your calculator and convert the 2 2/3 into 2.66, because 2 divided by 3 is 0.66, and add that to 3.75. Even without my calculator, I know that 3/4 is 75. When you add those two numbers, you're going to get 6.41. If you look at the answer choices on the sheet, you can see that A, B, and C are easily eliminated because they're both, the whole number there is 5, so we're not going to get 6. And then answer D is 6 1/4. That converts to 6.25. 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. So that's not it. And by default, it's 6 2/5, which is the same as 6 over 6.41, because 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. Just keep in mind, when you are converting between fractions and decimals, sometimes your decimal doesn't come out exactly the same because we're not going beyond the tenths or the hundredths place in our decimals. But we just need to be as close as possible. So 6 2/5 is your answer. 6 2/5. Okay, question number 2. They want you to take 3 and a to the second times 4ab to the third times 2ab squared. So 2ab squared. Okay, the rule, just to refresh your memory with exponents, is we want to multiply the coefficients. And again, just a reminder, coefficients are the numbers that sit in front of variables. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 times 2 is 24. And then you're going to add the exponents. Now be careful here. We have a to the second, and any variable without an exponent is assumed to be to the first power. Okay, so it's going to be a to the second plus a to the 1, so that's a to the third, plus another a to the first, so we're going to have a to the fourth. And then we have b's, no b's over here, but we have a b to the third plus a b to the second, which will equal b to the fifth. So your best answer choice on number 2 is choice D. Question number 3. This is an averaging question. There will always be an averaging question on the ACT. What we do on these, if you'll remember how to set up averaging, basically you take the number of items, and here we have 4 tests. 63 plus 72 plus 88 plus 91. These are the scores that they give us in the word problem. And it also tells us that Dana has to earn what score? So what means we don't know, so I'm going to fill that in with an X, to get an average score of an 80. Well, how do you do averaging? You take the number of items, in this case it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth, which is unknown. So we're going to divide by the number of items, which is 5. So what number divided by 5 is 80? I may not know that off the top of my head, so I can do an inverse operation here and do 80 times 5, which is 400. So that means the sum of all these numbers in my numerator have to add up to 400. Well, if I add the first 4 terms on my calculator, I will see that these 4 only add up to 314. So I'm going to take the difference between 400 and 314, and that will be my value of x. So on your calculator, if you do 400 minus 314, you are going to get your value of x, and it should be 86. So answer choice B would be your best selection there. And then our very last problem is a distribution problem, really common on the ACT as well. Question number 4 is going to ask you what this will combine to make. So we have a negative a, brackets, parentheses, b minus c, close parentheses, plus d, close brackets. And what they're looking for you to do here is to be able to distribute a negative. Rarely will they ask you to distribute a positive number. So negative a times positive b is negative ab. Negative times a positive is negative. Negative a times negative c is positive ac. 2 negatives make a positive. And then you are going to distribute it to that last term here. Negative a times positive d is negative ad. And there you go. That should give you choice C. So those are our first 4 questions. If you move on in the test, we're going to look at doing the next 4 problems in our next installation. Good luck and keep practicing, because these are the types of problems that you need to know for